Finn, we're about to head to the supermarket. Are you ready?
Not yet. We have to wait for Mommy. She's still inside the house. She had to get her phone in case someone calls or texts her while we're out. What do we have to get at the supermarket anyway?
We're running low on water, breakfast and dinner supplies.
I think we have enough water to last us the rest of the day at least.
We do, however we have to think about tomorrow, and the days after. After all, water is like food, essential for survival.
So all we're doing is going to get more food and water.
And maybe a few goodies if we're lucky.
Okay, I'm so in. Mommy needs to hurry up so we can get over there.
And hurry quick at that.
What's that? My boys are getting impatient. I need to hurry so they don't leave without me. I'm here, boys.
Finally, let's go. So Daddy, what kind of goodies are we getting?
Well son, I know how much you've been wanting to try American candy, that we don't have in Iceland. Or at least if it exists in Iceland, it's rather hard to find. We were going to introduce you to the world of M&Ms. It's a type of chocolate.
Wow, are they good?
Delicious. They're so addicting, you can't have just one. Isn't that right, honey?
Oh Gudmunda, you're so right about that one.
Oh, Mommy, Daddy, I also wanted to tell you something while we're all together. You'll be proud of me.
Yes, sweetie.
I tried to teach Jacob how to introduce himself in Icelandic.
That's awesome. How did it go?
His accent is really strong.
If it's really strong then I'd love to hear it sometime.
It's just so obvious he's not from Iceland when you hear him speak it. Besides, it's not like he'd take the time to learn Icelandic. Our language is supposed to be one of the hardest in the world.
That's true.
I'm confused though. What makes Icelandic so difficult to learn if you weren't born there?
I guess the letters, but I'm not sure.
We can talk more about it later, Fem. We're here at the supermarket. Now how do we want to do this? Do we want to split up and look for different items separately?
I'll go with you, Dad, if that's okay.
That's quite alright. Honey, what items from our list are you getting?
I was thinking of getting the water and the breakfast supplies, for example, cereal, fruits and milk.
Great. Finnur and I will get the lunch supplies. You know, the sandwiches, sandwich toppings, the whole 9 yards. Let's get going, Finnur.
Sir, yes, sir.
What should I get for bread? Rye or pumpernickel? I know that's a reference from SpongeBob, but it'll have to do.
Alan.
Oh hey there, Finnur. How's it going?
Pretty good. Fist bump.
Of course.
Sir, who are you, and how do you know my kid?
Dad, this is Alan.
You must be Finnur's father. I'm Alan, good to meet you.
Glad to meet you too, though that still doesn't answer my question. How do you know my little Finnur?
I did forget to answer that. I was playing basketball on the court that's open to the public here in town. I noticed him looking. I think he was interested. He asked if he could shoot hoops with me, so me being the kind soul that I am, and also loving children, not inappropriately, I accepted the offer.
I see. Well, I'm happy to hear that you are so kind to my son. Any good friend of his is a good friend of mine.
Finnur, what brings you and your father to the supermarket?
We were picking up some breakfast and lunch foods for dinner, and we were also buying up some water to keep ourselves hydrated.
Water is important. Can't live without it. I tried once, and my lips got so chapped that I got desperate.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine living without it. My thirst would be crying.
Bro, I'm using that. My thirst would be crying. Don't worry man, I'll credit you. I love that expression.
Thanks man, I tried my best.
You're a little comedian. Excuse me sir, I didn't quite catch your name.
It's Governor.
Oh wow, that's quite the unique name. Where might you two be from?
We're from Iceland.
Iceland? Shoot, that's different. You'll have to tell me about Iceland one day. I gotta get going.
Hey Alan, before you go, can I ask you something?
Sure. What is it, little bud?
Is it okay if we hang out more often?
What do you mean?
Finn, Alan's a little old to be your friend.
So, he's kind, gentle, and super awesome. I'd love to hang out with him and get to learn more basketball skills.
Wait, are you saying you want me to like babysit you?
Yes, I'd love that.
Mr. Gumandra, how do you feel? Are you on the fence?
If my boy is comfortable with it, then so am I.
Hey guys, I'm back with the breakfast stuff. Wait a moment. Who are you, and what are you doing near my child?
Just fever, it's okay. His name is Alan, and he and Finn are good friends.
Friends? This is a grown man.
Mom, I assure you, he's cool. We bonded over a mutual love of basketball.
In that case, I'm sure you can relate to our son. He's a big fan of basketball, even though his father or I never played. Sir, if I could get your name.
My name is Alan.
Hello Alan, my name is Austfeder. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure's mine, Mrs. Austfeder.
Mommy, I know you just met Alan, but are you comfortable with him becoming my babysitter? I really like him and I think he's cool.
Gudmundur, what do you think?
I told Finn I was comfortable with the idea. Alan seems to be trustworthy.
You can count on me. If I get hired, I will keep little Finnur in good hands.
All right then, I'll allow it.
There's a couple things we need to tell you about babysitting Finnur.
Okay. I'm all ears.
We don't let just anyone babysit our son. We want to make sure he's in the best care. Are you sure you still want to look after him?
If I wasn't sure, I wouldn't have offered.
In that case, you will need to know that Finnur is only 5 years old, so it is very important that you keep a close eye on him at all times. I cannot stress this enough.
That means we would appreciate it if you weren't on your phone during your shifts, or watching TV when he isn't. It only takes a second for something bad to happen.
Yes, ma'am. I'll understand completely.
As far as lunch goes, he likes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with goldfish on the side of his plate. Make sure to give him apple juice as well.
Yes, sir. I got that noted down.
Good. As a general rule, just remember to spend a lot of time with him during your shifts. He loves attention, particularly from people in your age group.
Oh, really? I'm 21. Does he like when young adults give him attention, or is it teenagers as well?
He prefers hanging out with older kids and young adults, as you probably saw in the supermarket. Although, thankfully, his best friend is another child.
That is good news to hear.
Okay, Alan, we're trusting you to hold down the fort and make sure our son has fun. We're going out to lunch. We'll be back in maybe an hour. See you when we get back.
You can trust me. Finnur is in good hands.
Hey Alan, where did my parents go?
They went out to lunch for a while. It's just the two of us.
Yay. I can't wait to spend time with you. It's going to be so exciting.
I know. So, I wanted to know, what should I know about Iceland?
I'd be happy to share a bit about my home country. We're a small island close to the Arctic Circle. There are less than 400,000 people who inhabit it, so it's very small.
Do you speak Icelandic?
Yes, I'm being raised to speak both English and Icelandic.
Bro, I want to learn a phrase in Icelandic. Can you help me out?
Sure. What do you want to know how to say?
How do I introduce myself in Icelandic?
Hi, ég heiti Alan.
Let me try. Hi, ég heiti Alan.
Very nice. Try this one. Gaman að kynnast þér.
Gaman að kynnast her. I think that's a little bit harder to say. What does it mean?
It means nice to meet you. I just taught you a self-introduction in Icelandic. Let's see what you've learned. Try to introduce yourself.
Hi, ég heiti Alan. Gaman að kynnast her.
Perfect. We need to work on your accent though. Otherwise it was flawless.
Maybe I could learn some more Icelandic sometime.
Sure. I do need to tell you I am still learning how to speak it fluently, so I may not be able to translate everything yet.
And that's okay. Language fluency comes with time. At least you get to hear it being spoken, because your parents speak it to each other, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. They speak mostly Icelandic to each other. Usually the only time they speak English is in public, and to me when they're explaining something.
I think it's really cool that you're from Iceland. I've never met anyone from there before.
We are a rare breed. All the Nordic countries have small populations compared to the rest of the world.
I see. Switching gears for a minute, what do you like to do in your free time? Maybe there's something the two of us can do together.
I'd like to play outside if that's your thing. We don't have a basketball court yet, so I always have to go to the court downtown. Did Mommy say we could go there?
You know what, I actually didn't ask her if that was okay. I think since we don't know, we should just stay here. I don't want to get in trouble with your parents.
And I wouldn't want you to get fired. You're the best babysitter ever, and the only babysitter I would ever want.
Oh, Finnur, that's too sweet. I'm so glad I get to babysit you.
Hey Alan, do you wanna see my room?
Sure. Let's go see.
Well, here we are. My room. I got punished once for refusing to clean up here.
What happened?
My mommy came in and told me to clean my room, but instead I sat right at that table and colored instead. And when she reminded me I backslapped her and she spanked me.
Oh no, let's hope you don't do that again. Do you think you learned your lesson?
I think so. We painted the car on my wall, so it isn't a sticker. It won't ever come off unless we wash it off.
I said, do you know what kind of car it is?
I don't actually. I don't know the model. I think it's just a generic car prop in Comedy World.
I see, it looks like my sister's Nissan Alma.
Who's your sister?
Her name is Grace. She's Jacob's girlfriend. Jacob is your creator.
And yours too.
That's right. He's a really nice guy. What say we go back downstairs and wait for your parents? They should be home soon. Okay, little Finnur. What would you like to do while we wait for your parents to come home?
I have an idea. Let's tell each other some basketball jokes. Do you know any good ones?
Try this one. Why can you never trust a basketball player?
Why?
Because he's always making up tall tales.
I get it. Because everyone in basketball is huge. That was a good one.
It's one of my favorites.
That joke made me want to ask you, Alan, how tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
Wow, that's really tall. Do you have to duck under doorways?
Not quite. I'm not that tall. But sometimes I do have to. Particularly in older buildings.
You seem the same height as my dad. I think he might be a bit shorter than you.
I think you're right. Do you know how tall he is?
I do not. I'll ask him after he has his next physical. Shall we get back to jokes?
Oh yeah, let's go for it. It's your turn.
What's a basketball player's favorite restaurant?
What?
Dunkin' Donuts.
That was a good one. I'm telling that one to the guys I played basketball with.
No joke. And then when you next babysit me, tell me how they liked it.
We'll remember to do.
Alan, Finn, we're back from lunch. Alan, did Finn behave himself?
Oh yes, Mr. Gartman. He was simply the best. I didn't have to correct his behavior once.
Mommy, Daddy, watch this. Alan, show my parents what I told you.
Hi, Yik Alan. Gamanat Kenneth her.
Wow, Finn, you taught Alan how to speak Icelandic.
I sure did. He wanted to know how to introduce himself, so I taught him.
I'm glad you boys had fun with each other. Alan, thanks for taking care of our son. We can tell he likes you.
It was an honor, Mrs. Alsfeter. He's a very easy child to look after. Thank you for giving me this job.
You're welcome. We will cash app you $10 from when we were talking before we left, since we got your information on the app. Once again, thank you.
Alright Finnur, I have to go. I had fun this afternoon.
I had fun hanging out with you and teaching you Icelandic. I can't wait for when we see each other again. Hopefully soon.
We'll play it by ear, shall we?
Bye, Alan. May I give you a hug?
If it's okay with your parents.
Alan, you're a family friend. Of course you can hug our son.
See you later, little buddy. I should get going now.
Finn, we're glad that you like your new babysitter Alan.
I love him. He's the best.
Oh man, I had so much fun babysitting little Finnur tonight. I can't wait until his parents ask me to babysit for him again. That's the job for me, seeing as I like it.
Hey Alan, how was your first day on the job babysitting Finnur?
Oh my mom, it went wonderful. Better than I thought it would. It was simply a fun time. He even taught me how to introduce myself in Icelandic.
I'm happy to hear that you had fun. When do you go back to babysit for him?
I don't know yet. I'm going to play it by ear. His parents are going to text me when they need me next.
Sounds good. You should tell your father in the morning. He'll be thrilled.
Did he go to bed already?
Yes, he did. I'm so proud of you, son, getting your first job. And it's something you love. Well, I'm going to go to bed now. You're free to make yourself dinner if you want.